Holly from Rubber Redneck. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to another Rubber Redneck video tutorial. Today's video, I'm going to be demonstrating the Forever Wedding card. Now, for those of you that might have watched my Occasions Catalog Idea video, I showed a sneak peek of this gorgeous card in that video. It uses the stamp set called Sweet Sayings from our Occasions catalog. This is a fun greeting set that covers different times of the year, and I love the fact that the fonts are all different in this as well. And then I paired it with the gorgeous grunge stamp set that is from our main Stampin' Up! Catalog. A really fun background stamp, and this one here I think is a must-have on anybody's list. And then I also used the little heart from the Blooming Love stamp set as well, and this is from our Occasions catalog too. Now this card features a lot of fun different elements on it. One of the really fun things about it is the different embossing powders, which I'm going to be showing you how to do those easy techniques, and it really blings up your cards. And then another really cool element about this card is when you open it, the top panel part is shorter than the longer part, than the back of the card here. So then you can see this fun Shine On Specialty Designer Series paper. Now this project will also be posted over on my blog, and I'll have a free project sheet over there for you to download with all the directions and the supplies used. So be sure to visit my blog, rubberredneck.typepad.com, for those details and to get that free project sheet. To start out with, you want to cut one piece of whisper weight cardstock at 5.5 by 8 inches. Once you have that cut, then you're going to need your Simply Scored scoring tool. You're going to place your cardstock up here onto the top in the top left corner, tight against the side and the top. And then you want to take your stylus, and with the whisper weight cardstock, this is a little bit thinner cardstock, so you want to make sure you use the end of the stylus that has the bigger end on it. And then you're going to score this at 3 3/4. So just score that at 3 3/4. And once you have that scored, you want to fold this over on your scored line. And then we're going to take our bone folder and crease that down good. And then now you've just created that card base with that shorter top layer here. That's how easy that is to do. Then you want to take your crumb cake ink pad, and you're going to need your clear block H. And then we'll also need the stamp from Gorgeous Grunge Stamp Set. And I'm using this fun line one here for the background that is behind all these layers. So this comes in what we call the clear mount, where it's the rubber clear mount, and it also is available to purchase on the wood mount blocks as well. So just put that right on your block. Then you're going to take your crumb cake ink pad, and you just want to tap this right into your crumb cake to get that ink picked up. And then you're going to stamp over here on the right side, and you want to go up about an inch from the bottom of your flap here. And then just stamp. And now you've added that fun little texture to the background on the card. So easy to do. You're going to cut one piece of the craft cardstock. Now this comes in at 12 by 12 sheets. So we're going to cut this down to 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. And it's a little big for what we actually need it for, but I wanted it so that it's easy to hang on to. Then you're going to need your 2.5 inch circle punch. Turn this over, and we're going to punch this out. So punch out your circle like that. And then you're going to, what I did is I just took that scrap to lay underneath here, because now we're going to stamp this up and make these little hearts on here on the background. So you're going to need the little heart from the Blooming Love stamp set. And now this is a photopolymer stamp set. I personally like the photopolymer stamps because they're easy to see for placement. And then you're going to want your little block A for this. So just place that face down and then put it right on to that clear block. Just press down and pick it up, and now you have that right on there. Then you're going to want your Versamark ink pad, and we're also going to want some sort of tray. I'm using our retired Stampin' Up! Powder Pal trays. I love these trays. And then I'm also using the iridescent ice embossing powder, and this embossing powder has glitter in it. I love that embossing powder. I love how it just sparkles. And it's perfect to make wedding cards. Now you're going to ink up your stamp, and you're going to just tap this into that birthmark, and you want to kind of work really fast. And we're just going to stamp a bunch of hearts randomly on here. And it'll give you like a watermark look. I don't know if you can see that in my video, but it'll have this watermark look, so you'll be able to see where you're stamping. Then once you have that stamped, you want to put that in your powder palette tray, and you're just going to pour that right over that. And then you want to take this out, tap that off, so you tap off all the excess. So now it'll look like this. And usually I will use the embossing buddy so none of the embossing powder sticks anywhere else. But for this background circle, I thought it would be cool if some did stick randomly to it just to make it shine a little bit more. Then what I do is I wrap a block of wood in tin foil, and this will help transfer the heat a little bit better through your project. That's my personal opinion. And then we're going to heat set this with our heat tool. So just take your heat tool, and you're going to put this right onto those hearts until it kind of turns crystal. So I'm going to do that here for you quick. So now it will be nice and shiny. Isn't that just gorgeous? Perfect for a wedding card, I think. Now we're going to want our silver metallic thread, and we're going to cut 15 inches of that thread. And then you're going to turn this circle over, and when you turn this over, you want to keep in mind this is actually will be the right side when you flip it back. So you want the string, the silver metallic thread, to be on the left side when you flip the circle back over. So we want to actually put the glue dot on the right side here. So put your glue dot on there, and then we're just going to start making loops. So just put the silver metallic thread on there, attach it to those glue dots, and then just keep making your little loops. And you don't want them so that they're all in the same location. You want to kind of offset them. And you can make ones longer, smaller, shorter. I did a total of 5 loops. You can do as many as you would like, whatever you think will look good. And I have enough here that I'm going to do one more loop on this. And then just make sure you secure the end on that glue dot so that won't come back up off of there. And then if you still have too much of a long tail, you can snip that off so that won't take a chance to slide out from underneath. And then when you turn it over, here's what it'll look like. Now this is ready to be attached to that card base. So I just put 2 stamping dimensionals on here. I put one on the left side and then one on the right. And then you're going to attach this to your card. And when you attach this to your card, you want to kind of have this so that it's more towards the left of that image. So we have room for our other piece that we're going to be punching out. So that's what your card will look like so far. Now we're going to add the greeting to the card. And I'm using the stamp from Sweet Sayings. And I'm using this image that says, "Forever begins today." I thought this was perfect for a wedding card. And this stamp also comes in the red rubber. So it comes in the clear mount or in the wood mount. That's an option for you. So then you're going to put that on your block C. And you will need your Versamark ink pad and a piece of scratch Whisper Away cardstock. And you're going to want a tray with your silver embossing powder. Then take your embossing buddy, run that over there because we don't want any stray spots of the silver embossing powder on this. Ink your stamp in the Versamark, stamp onto your Whisper Away cardstock, and then you're going to pour the silver embossing powder over this. Sure, I just put a big dose on there so it covers. Good, tap off the excess, and then this is what it'll look like so far. And then we're gonna heat set this. So you'll need that block of wood in the tin foil again, and then you'll need your heat tool. Once this is heat set, it will get really shiny. Then we're going to punch this out using the decorative label punch. So I just turned that punch over, slid the paper in, and then lined it up so it looks nice and centered and just looks perfect. Punch that out. Save that piece of paper for another project. Once it's punched out, we're going to put 2 stamping dimensionals onto the back, and then we're going to attach this down here on the bottom right corner of that craft circle. Just line that up so it looks nice. And then to finish off the front of this, I added some iced rhinestone embellishments, and I took one of the medium-sized ones here, or the smaller size I should say, put that in the bottom right corner. And then I took 2 rhinestone basic jewels, and I'm using the medium size. I put that up here in the top right corner of the Whisper White, and then we put one over here onto that tag in the bottom left corner. And now to do the inside part, you just want to cut one piece of that Shine On Specialty Designer Series paper, and you want that jewels pattern. You're going to cut that at 1/2 inch by 5 inches. This paper is just gorgeous. It comes with some different patterns. One side is got the shiny silver, and then the other side has the different colored patterns. We're going to glue this to the inside of the card across the bottom. So you just want to line this up in your bottom left corner and just place that going across. And make sure that you do cut it down to 5.5, because that's how wide our card is. And you also want to make sure nothing overhangs on the back so that you see that. So make sure everything is nice and even and flush. And then you're just going to take your paper snips. If you cut the paper wrong like I did, it should be at 1/2 inch by 5.5. And then just trim that off. And then once you're done, it'll look like that on the inside. And then when you close the card, you'll see that fun designer paper. Perfect wedding card. Be sure to visit my blog, rubberredneck.typepad.com, to get that free project sheet and find out where you can purchase all these supplies to recreate your own wedding card. Thank you for watching.